What if the vegetables you rely on every day, the ones you've always trusted to keep you strong, vibrant, and protected, were quietly accelerating the very challenges you're trying to avoid as you age? It may sound surprising, even unsettling, but for many adults over 60, this is becoming a hidden truth of daily life. Many seniors continue eating the same vegetables they enjoyed in their 40s and 50s, unaware that their bodies have changed in ways that make certain foods far more stressful than supportive. And because the effects build slowly, almost silently, most people never suspect their kitchen staples might be contributing to stiff joints, sluggish thinking, or dwindling energy. Welcome to today's video. I'm Dr. James Rowan, and my mission is to help you age with purpose, clarity, and confidence. That means looking beyond the surface of common health advice and digging into the deeper connections between food, biology, and longevity. For decades, vegetables have been placed in a single category labeled healthy, as though every variety provides the same benefits for every age group. But health is not a one-size-fits-all journey, and the nutritional needs of a 30-year-old do not match the needs of someone in their 60s, 70s, or beyond. Once you pass 60, your physiology undergoes predictable and measurable changes. Your circulation isn't as fast or as efficient as it once was. Tiny blood vessels that carry oxygen to your nerves and muscles start to narrow. Inflammation becomes easier to trigger and harder to turn off. And your digestive system becomes more selective about the nutrients it absorbs and the compounds it tolerates. All of this shifts the way your body responds to the foods you've eaten for years. A vegetable that once fueled long, energetic days may now leave you feeling heavy, foggy, or off balance. Some vegetables are more likely to spike blood sugar, irritate your gut lining, or place unnecessary stress on your joints and nerves. These effects don't always feel dramatic. Instead, they drift into your life through subtle signs. Knees that ache in the morning, steps that feel less steady, afternoons when your mind fades faster than it used to. These experiences can be discouraging, but they're not always caused by getting older. Often, they're signals from your body asking for different support that better aligns with your current stage of life. The good news is that just as some vegetables work against your goals, others can strengthen them. Certain varieties support sharper memory, steadier balance, smoother movement, and healthier circulation. They help your body fight inflammation, repair cellular damage, and maintain the independence that matters so deeply as the years go by. In today's video, you'll hear about 3 vegetables that may be quietly undermining your mobility and mental clarity, and 3 others that can help you stay strong, stable, and mentally sharp. With the right choices, you can nourish your body in a way that supports not just more years but better years. Let's get started. Let's begin with a vegetable that appears in more senior meals than almost any other: the white potato. For many people, it has been a staple since childhood. It's affordable, filling, and familiar. Whether served baked, mashed, fried, or blended into comfort foods, potatoes carry a sense of tradition and belonging. But after the age of 60, that comfort can come with a cost that often goes unnoticed. White potatoes may look harmless, but their high starch content can place a significant strain on your metabolic and circulatory systems at a time when those systems need more support, not more pressure. Because white potatoes sit high on the glycemic index, they break down rapidly into glucose, a process that happens even faster in aging digestive systems. This leads to sudden spikes in blood sugar, followed by sharp declines. Each spike pushes the body into a brief inflammatory state, and each crash leaves you feeling drained. When this cycle repeats day after day, the inflammation becomes more than temporary. It begins affecting the tiny capillaries responsible for feeding your nerves and muscles. These are the vessels that provide the brain with the oxygen and nutrients it needs to coordinate movement, balance, and mental sharpness. Over decades of practice, I've watched many seniors quietly endure symptoms that seem vague but persistent. They feel heavier in their legs, slower on stairs, or less steady after sitting down for too long. Their feet get cold more easily. Their reactions feel delayed. These issues are often brushed off as normal aging, yet in many cases, the problem has far more to do with diet than with age itself. A vegetable that served their needs well in early adulthood simply no longer aligns with the way their body functions today. Harold's story is a perfect example. At 72, he came to me convinced he was losing his strength for good. His evenings were marked by knee stiffness, and he described walking across his living room as if his legs no longer responded the way he expected. He felt embarrassed asking for help on staircases, something he never experienced in his younger years. When we reviewed his meals, it became clear that white potatoes appeared on his plate nearly every night. Mashed with butter, baked with sour cream, or sliced and pan-fried, they were his go-to food, something he rarely reconsidered. What Harold never realized was how those regular servings were placing extra stress on his circulation. Each meal spiked his blood sugar, contributed to low-grade inflammation, and gradually weakened the communication between his brain and his muscles. When I encouraged him to replace those potatoes with a more nutrient-dense vegetable, one we'll discuss shortly, he agreed to try it for a few weeks. The results surprised him. Within 14 days, his knees felt looser, his step felt more secure, and the morning numbness in his feet had reduced noticeably. His progress wasn't the result of medication or complicated routines. It was simply a matter of choosing a vegetable that supported his aging body rather than working against it. The wrong vegetable can slowly chip away at your strength, while the right one can help restore it. That's the power of making informed choices, especially later in life. Among the vegetables that can quietly work against joint and nerve comfort, eggplant stands out as one that often escapes suspicion. It has a smooth texture, a rich color, and a reputation as a versatile ingredient that fits into a variety of healthy recipes. Yet for adults over 60, eggplant may carry hidden drawbacks that aren't obvious at first glance. As a member of the nightshade family, it contains solanine, a naturally occurring chemical that helps plants defend themselves from insects and pests. While harmless to many people, solanine can have a very different effect on older adults whose joints and nerves have become more sensitive over time. One of the challenges with solanine is that it rarely causes a strong, immediate reaction. Instead, it creates subtle irritation that builds slowly. A person might wake up with stiff knees and assume they slept in the wrong position. They might chalk up hip discomfort to arthritis or think their lower back soreness is simply a sign of overexertion. The truth is that the foods they're regularly eating may be keeping those joints inflamed long after they should have recovered. When cartilage thins with age and nerves become more reactive, compounds like solanine can intensify the discomfort without making their presence obvious. Eggplant often appears in foods that feel wholesome and comforting: stews, roasted dishes, Mediterranean plates, and mixed vegetable sides. Because it blends easily with other flavors, many seniors don't realize how frequently it ends up on their plates. Over time, the solanine can interfere with nerve communication, making the legs feel heavier or slightly unstable on uneven surfaces. Seniors who remove eggplant from their meals for a few weeks are often surprised by how much lighter their joints feel and how much easier movement becomes when that low-grade irritation fades. Green bell peppers present a different but equally important challenge. They look bright and fresh, and for decades they've been promoted as a smart addition to salads, omelets, stir-fries, and wraps. Yet their appealing crunch hides a less friendly component for aging digestive systems: lectins. These natural plant proteins are designed to protect the pepper as it grows, but when eaten by humans, especially older adults, they can irritate the lining of the gut. Over time, this irritation weakens digestion and allows tiny particles to slip into the bloodstream, prompting the immune system to react in ways that can affect joints, mood, and even cognitive clarity. For many seniors, the signs of lectin overload are subtle. A little more bloating in the afternoon. A sense of stiffness that wasn't there the day before. Mornings that feel foggier than usual. A slight wobble when stepping off a curb. It's easy to label those symptoms as aging, but often the digestive system is signaling distress. Green peppers contain more lectins than their fully ripened counterparts, the red, yellow, and orange varieties, and they also contain fewer antioxidants. Switching to the ripe versions is an effortless step that can help calm inflammation, support better digestion, and restore steadier, clearer energy throughout the day. Now that we've explored the vegetables that can quietly interfere with your comfort and mobility, it's time to turn toward the ones that genuinely support your body as it ages. These are the vegetables that nourish strength instead of draining it, sharpen clarity instead of dulling it, and reinforce balance instead of challenging it. The first one on this list may seem simple, but its impact is anything but. Carrots, long appreciated for their color and crunch, carry an impressive nutritional profile that becomes especially valuable after 60. Their signature pigment comes from beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant your body relies on to produce vitamin A, a nutrient essential for maintaining healthy vision. As the years pass, the delicate tissues in the eyes become more vulnerable to oxidative stress. Tasks like reading labels, navigating lower light environments, or recognizing familiar faces from a distance can slowly become more difficult. Carrots help counteract this decline by supplying your body with ample beta-carotene to protect the cells of the retina. But the benefits don't end with vision. Carrots also support the health of the peripheral nerves, the tiny communication lines that send signals from your brain to your feet and legs. When those nerves function well, movements feel smoother, steps feel more secure, and the body responds more quickly to unexpected changes in terrain. For many seniors, adding carrots to meals leads to subtle but meaningful improvements. Steadier walking, more confidence on stairs, and fewer episodes of hesitation when transitioning from sitting to standing. They're versatile, too. Steamed carrots keep their tenderness, roasted carrots develop a natural sweetness, and raw carrots retain their crisp texture. The key is not to overcook them, since extended heat exposure breaks down the very antioxidants that make them so helpful. Right beside carrots in value is another vegetable that deserves consistent attention: broccoli. This familiar green florets and stalks vegetable offers one of the most advantageous compounds for aging adults: sulforaphane. This natural molecule activates protective pathways inside cells, helping them defend against inflammation and oxidative stress. These benefits extend to many areas of the body, from the heart to the brain to the joints. As sulforaphane helps calm inflammation, seniors often report that their legs feel more cooperative, their thinking feels less clouded, and their overall energy feels more even throughout the day. Broccoli also plays a vital role in blood sugar stability, which becomes increasingly important after 60. Stable blood sugar supports nerve health and reduces the likelihood of sudden drops in energy or concentration. When broccoli appears regularly on the plate, many people feel lighter, more alert, and better able to move through their day without the dips in stamina they once struggled with. This transformation doesn't come from special powders or supplements. It comes from a vegetable that works with the body at a deep cellular level. To preserve sulforaphane, broccoli should be prepared with care. Light steaming or quick sautéing is ideal, helping the body absorb its nutrients without destroying the compounds that make it so powerful. Paired with other wholesome foods, broccoli becomes an easy, reliable cornerstone of a diet designed to support long-term strength and cognitive clarity. The final vegetable that deserves a central place in the diet of any senior who wants to protect their mobility, mental sharpness, and long-term independence is spinach. This unassuming leafy green has earned its reputation not because of trend or hype, but because of its rich concentration of nutrients that directly support the aging body. Spinach is one of the best natural sources of plant-based nitrates, compounds that play a crucial role in widening and relaxing blood vessels. When blood vessels open up more easily, circulation improves throughout the entire body. That means more oxygen reaching the brain, the muscles, and the nerves, three systems that become increasingly vital for maintaining stability and clarity as the years go by. Enhanced circulation does more than deliver nourishment. It helps your body respond more quickly to movement. Seniors who incorporate spinach regularly often notice that their reflexes feel sharper and their steps feel more secure. Tasks that once required extra effort such as getting up from a chair or adjusting to changes in terrain, become smoother and more predictable. Better blood flow also reduces the feeling of heaviness that many adults describe in their legs, especially after long periods of sitting or standing. Spinach brings additional benefits through two powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds concentrate in the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for detailed vision. As adults age, the macula becomes more vulnerable to oxidative stress, making tasks like reading, recognizing faces, or judging distances increasingly challenging. By consuming lutein-rich vegetables like spinach, seniors can help protect their central vision and maintain sharper eyesight for longer. Clear vision is directly linked to confidence and safety. When you see well, you move more naturally, judge steps more accurately, and feel more secure navigating everyday environments. Another advantage of spinach is its versatility. It can be eaten raw in salads or blended into smoothies without affecting flavor. When lightly sautéed with olive oil, it becomes tender and easy to digest while still retaining most of its antioxidants. It can be stirred into soups, folded into omelets, or served as a simple side dish. No matter how it's prepared, spinach provides a steady supply of nutrients that support the parts of the body most vulnerable to age-related decline. This brings us back to Harold, whose experience reflects what many seniors discover when they adjust their vegetable choices. After he replaced his nightly potatoes with more supportive options, broccoli, carrots, and spinach, his body began responding in ways he didn't expect. His legs no longer felt weighed down. His movements felt smoother, and his sense of balance improved noticeably. The hesitations he once faced on staircases diminished, and he found himself walking with more assurance. Perhaps the most striking change was the return of something he thought he had lost, a genuine feeling of confidence in his own body. Harold's progress didn't come from supplements or strict regimens. It came from aligning his meals with what his body needed at this stage of life. Small, thoughtful shifts in food choices gave him more strength, clarity, and ease. It's a powerful reminder that you don't need dramatic changes to see real improvements, just the right ones. We've explored a wide range of information today, so it's worth pausing for a moment to look at the complete picture. Throughout this video, you learned that not all vegetables support the aging body in the same way. White potatoes, eggplant, and green bell peppers may appear wholesome, yet they can quietly irritate systems that are already more vulnerable after 60. Each one affects the body differently. White potatoes disrupt blood sugar and circulation, eggplant can provoke joint and nerve irritation, and green bell peppers may inflame the gut and trigger subtle discomforts that many seniors mistakenly attribute to aging. These vegetables aren't inherently harmful, but they may not align with the needs of a body that requires gentler support, steadier energy, and improved recovery. On the other hand, carrots, broccoli, and spinach offer benefits that make a meaningful difference in daily life. These foods are simple, affordable, and accessible, yet their nutritional impact is powerful. Carrots help sharpen the eyesight that seniors rely on to stay safe in unpredictable environments. Broccoli works at the cellular level to calm inflammation, support the brain, and maintain stable energy. Spinach improves blood flow and enhances the reflexes that protect you from falls. These vegetables help reinforce the functions that matter most as you age: balance, vision, mobility, and mental clarity. What stands out in this conversation is that the changes required are not dramatic. You're not being asked to overhaul your diet with restrictive rules or complicated routines. The adjustments are small, practical steps, removing a vegetable that no longer serves you and replacing it with one that strengthens you. Each meal becomes a choice between weakening and reinforcing the very systems that keep you independent. And because these changes accumulate over time, even a few consistent swaps can shift the way your body feels from morning to night. It's easy to overlook the influence of daily habits. When symptoms develop slowly, stiffness in the knees, heaviness in the legs, fogginess in the mind, they often feel like an unavoidable part of getting older. But today's discussion shows that the foods you select can either amplify those challenges or help reduce them. You have far more control than you may realize, and that control begins with awareness. If what you heard today surprised you or encouraged you to reassess your favorite meals, I invite you to share your thoughts. Which vegetable will you reduce or replace? Which supportive choice will you add more often? Your experiences may help someone else who feels confused or discouraged about their own health. Conversations like these build community and remind us all that aging well is a shared journey. Before we close, remember this: aging is not a downward slide. It's a transition, one your body can navigate with resilience when you give it the right tools. You're not losing ground, you're learning how to adapt. Every thoughtful choice you make sends a message to your body that you still intend to live with purpose and vitality. You're still capable, still growing, and still in charge of the direction your health takes from here.